Hi, good morning, good evening, everyone. Today we will see how to build your resume, both for experienced and freshers. If you take this resume, every person, almost if you want to get shortlisted, you need to have at least one certification. Mostly we prefer PD1. If you have PD1 certification, that would be rather doing administrator certification, again PD1. If you have PD1, it covers both.
हाँ बोलो.
In the next point, you need to add professional summary. In the professional summary, whatever we have learned till now, whatever you have worked on almost every topic right now. If you take admin or development or lightning we have finished with 24 topics. Remaining this weekend we will cover, but other batch they have not finished. Whatever you learn, you have to add. If you are an experienced person, you are applying as an experienced person, you need to have professional summary. In this professional summary, first you have to mention how much experience you have. What are your strengths in entire Salesforce? If you take administration, important topics are data modeling, data security, flows. You have to mention that. You are expertise in that. If you take development, you need to mention Apex, SOQL, SOSL. If it is triggers, you have to come down. Next points. First, you have to mention if you are a purely Salesforce developer, you are having 3+ years of experience in Salesforce, in both Salesforce administration and development. Next point, you have to mention main points in administration, because administration having 16 topics as per our course content, but the important topics you can mention, or else you can directly mention Salesforce administration. Then development. In the development, Apex, SOQL, SOSL. In the Lightning, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Lightning web components. These points you have to mention in your professional summary, first point. In the next point, you have to write down if you might forget what to mention. In the next points, in administration, you have to go in detail. Profiles, reports and dashboards. There it is mentioned, worked on building custom applications that includes administration, configuration, implementation with Salesforce Force.com platform. See here, this point, created objects, custom apps, page layouts, validation rules, workflows, approval process. So topics you can mention. So these topics you can divide. You can divide those topics. You can mention data modeling, created objects, created applications. Like that you can mention. Next, in data security, record level security, object level security, organization level security, OWD, those you can mention. So whatever expertise you have, whatever knowledge you have, if you mention that, it is the ATS resumes now. ATS means automated automated tracking system. Whatever job requirements they have in the company, that job description automatically compares with your resume. Manually, they don't see. We are getting thousands of resumes for one job. They cannot go to each and one resume and see whether this resume is good or not like that. If you have keywords matched with their job description, your resume is shortlisted. So that's why you have to mention technical skills. If you mention like that, it covers 60 to 70% of your resume and their job description. Your resume is shortlisted. So in administration, you mention all the topics, whatever topics we have. While mentioning, please remember that you know about the topic, you have worked on the scenarios, you know technical knowledge. They will directly come to your resume and they will come point by point. Whatever you have mentioned in the resume, they will start from there only. Okay, you know validation rules. They will ask what scenario you have worked on validation rules. Then they will give counter questions to you. You should be able to answer that. Not only shortlisting is done. Next, you have to paste that resume. Dinesh, right? You have to paste that resume. Morning woke up and madam is asking where are resumes. So every day asking. Why you are not sending resumes? I said they might not be ready. That's why they are not coming to me for resumes. Same answer I give. So you prepare well because almost we came to final conclusion. LWC will be finished in this week or next week. So even other people as well, you make your fresher resume ready. Okay, first fresher means fresh batch people. Later you can prepare your experienced resume if you want to go. There are both vacancies for freshers and experienced people. So next you can mention triggers. Development, triggers is the important topic. Next topic is synchronous, asynchronous, batch, and queuable apex. Test classes. These many topics only. 6 topics only, main important topics. In triggers, what is insert, those things are there. If you have good understanding of OOPS concepts, then this is easy. You have to tell what type of classes you are expertise in, what type of triggers you are expertise in. That you have to mention here. You can write there it is mentioned like worked on, created, worked on, created. You can write expertise, knowledge, experience. You can mention those words. You have to mention expertise, experience, worked, created. Next, when you come to LWC, HTML, JavaScript, good understanding of HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Then created different components. Those components you know, those you mentioned there. This is the professional summary you have to do first. Once you are done with this professional summary, next point is your technical skills. Your technical skills. Mention your technical skills. Configuration tools, what you will mention? Tools, what you will mention? What tools you will mention here? Okay. GitHub, data loader. Jira, workbench. What else?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, true.
Visual Studio. Whatever tools you know, you mention them. Don't mention which you don't know. They will ask you about that tool. If you want to mention, do some research. So in administration, you can mention different topics. Our topics, don't mention basics, all those things. Salesforce introduction basics. Their data model, data security, we have, right, in 16 topics list. Everybody have, right?
Yes.
So in the 16 topics, main important topics you mention. If require profiles, those you can mention. In development, Apex, SOQL, SOSL. Triggers also you can mention and more time. In Lightning, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Lightning Web Components. In REST, SOAP, Web Services. So this much you can finish in technical skills. You are clear about professional summary and technical skills, right? Even for freshers as well, if you know, you can mention. I expertise knowledge, good technical knowledge on that terms I said now. So these 2 points are clear, I hope. Any questions on these 2 points? Any questions?
So, is it necessary to write an declaration?
Oh, not required. If you want to keep, you can. If you are keeping resume with 4+ years experience, they might ask you integration questions.
But 2+ of year experience, is it mandatory? Not mandatory.
Integration is not required for 2 years. Till 2 years, not required. 3 to 4 years, if it is there, it is good. So next, experience. In which company you are working now? This company should be your payroll company, not client. We have client, implementation partner, and contract company. Implementation partner is directly if you are Infosys. Implementation partner is Infosys. TCS is implementation partner. They will have client, but you are not on Infosys payroll. You are not on Infosys TCS payroll. You are on some XYZ company payroll. You have to mention that company name. Understood?
Yes. Who is paying to the service for us?
Whoever is paying to you, that company name you have to mention here. If you want to keep experience, so if you have experience letters, you can mention their name, company names. Otherwise, you can message me what to do about that. So education, you know. So next, projects. Based on your experience, for each year you can put one project. If you have 1 year experience, one project. 2 years, 2. 3 years, 4, 5 also you can mention. Usually Salesforce projects goes for long time. Or in the same company, you can work for 2 projects at a time. Simultaneously, you can work. Maybe in the same company, first project 6 months, next project 6 months. Or simultaneously 2 projects you might work. There, project 1, you have to mention here your project name. Next, client. Client, some Star Health Insurance, comma, USA. Location you have to mention. And what is your role? And what is the duration? From August 2021 to till date. Project description is what that project consists of. Star Health Insurance provides insurance services to individuals and group family. So what that application does, functionality you have to mention. That application they provide, that application gives this facilitates to take insurance policies from the customers and provide claims to the customers. You have to mention the description because they have to understand what that project does. So when you keep insurance project, you need to understand what happens in the insurance domain. In insurance domain, what happens usually, how a agent approaches you, then they will convince you, and after that they will give policy to you. You have to pay every year. What is that? What we call? I don't know. Premium we have to pay. Whenever we get some health problem or any issue, they have to process claim. That claim will be dispersed to your account. From starting to ending, what happens, you have to understand. That is the sales cloud. Service cloud might be there. Marketing cloud we will not have. It might be either sales cloud, service cloud, or community cloud. Only these three clouds we can keep in our resume. So then responsibilities, what you are doing in that project. You might be gathering requirements from the clients and analyzing the requirements. That is the first step, right? Software development life cycle you have to understand. SDLC life cycle everybody knows. From requirement gathering till implementation, then deployment. Till deployment, what happens? What are the different stages are there? In that stages, you mention what you have done in each stage. And what technology, what skills you have used. Write it as your responsibilities. If you can't write this, you cannot express in interview. Don't take this resume and change your name and your mobile number. Don't do that. Maybe resume get shortlisted because madam is sending resume. In the second time they will not call madam. Because same resume is going with name change and mobile number change. In US they do like that only. There it will work out. Here no. Here all Indians. We know what they know what we will do. So like this, how many projects based on your experience level, 1 year or 2 year or 3 year or based on that, you can add your projects, number of projects you can increase. So for an experienced person, no need to mention anything, disclaimer or something. But for fresher resume, yeah, links, social links you can add here.
At top level or bottom level?
Social links you can keep, adjust somewhere. You can keep LinkedIn. Private links you can mention. So it is easy.
Final declaration.
No, experienced persons, no. For experienced resume, no declaration. Fresher resume is something different. If you have certification, you add on the top. So career objective, what you want to become. And here educational qualification is important. You have to mention all from SSC till degree. With percentage you have to mention. So technical expertise, technical skills you mention, whatever Salesforce skills you have. Then projects, if you do any project in Salesforce, you can keep. If you do any scenarios, madam has given some scenarios last time, you can add those scenarios. And insurance project, I will send PDF document. You study it and complete that project and mention in your resume. Same experienced people as well. Don't mention this project, but complete the projects scenarios and use those scenarios projects in your resumes. We will give access to multiple resumes, sample resumes. Make some changes to the resumes. Use client names from those resumes. Or else outside you can ask your friends some client names or something. So many clients are there. Just go to Google and search Salesforce clients in US, UK, something like that, and mention their names. Write the project descriptions. Roles and responsibilities are same. It won't change. If you have any achievements, extracurricular activities, mention and mention your strengths if you are a fresher. Personal details and declaration, you have to mention this.
As a fresher also, we are expecting some projects.
Yeah, mention those projects. Small projects you can mention. Anybody, usually if you have any certifications, mention. Any company, they will expect you throughput from you. Simply they will not take. During Corona time, they have taken. Don't be in that mindset.
How can we mention in as a fresher resume? How can we mention I have some project on outside or like a, how can we mention that?
For hotel management application, you can do. Client name is not required.
Use often we say like a we can say internship or role.
Not required. You have done that by yourself. You have to present it to them, what you have done. As a team, 3-4 members, you sat together and you can make any application. Company is not required. When they ask you questions, how you achieved this, you should be able to answer and convince them. This is our thought process. We have done like this. I am team member in this project. You can say like that.
Is it necessary to mention that which cloud we have built with?
Yes, sales cloud, service cloud.
We have to mention also.
Yes. If you mention, it is good. In your professional summary and your resume, in projects, you add environment for each and every project. After responsibilities, here you say sales cloud. if it is related to Sales Cloud, and mention all your skills which you have used. Whatever you have mentioned in responsibilities, write down those. So it is easy for you. Okay, you understood. I hope you understood what to mention in resume. I want your resumes by tomorrow. Jawahar will be available only for 2 days. If you don't send your resume and if you don't prepare resumes, Jawahar will not be available. And don't ask me why you are not scheduling interviews. I cannot say anything. If you want job, you have to run behind Jawahar. He will be available. Speak with him. And don't give waste resume to him and ask him to prepare that resume. He will not do. He will tell what to do. He will sit here at a time, come one by one, and make modifications. So discuss with your friends and finalize your resumes. I want your resumes. And you must be prepared with admin and development. If they are in the admin, they should be ready with admin, new batch people. If your communication is good, if you are able to convince them, now only you will get job. So madam will take a mock interview for you in a group Saturday. If you give, today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And whatever points you have mentioned, whatever resume you have, you should be very clear on each and every point in your resume. Every point should be, you are clarified with every point in the resume. You should be able to answer.
Can share in Word file or PDF.
First Word document only. After finalizing PDF, because Jawahar will highlight what is the mistake. What happened, Giri? Getting headache with this resume? No, I am getting headache. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in project details that we are mentioning about the client. So
Okay.
if we are putting any name, any client name, then will that be going to any problem, sir?
No problem. No problem. Nothing will happen.
Okay, sir. Sir, that means don't they will check that, sir, that is this client correct or not, or this is authenticated or not?
For example, you kept one client and your resume went to them. That person is working for that client in the same project. Gagan,
Yes, sir.
what he will do? He will ask you who are all working in your project. He will ask you.
Yes.
Immediately you have to tell my network is not good. We will and disconnect that call. Okay, simple solution. Flip that HR call, black her. I am recording this session, right?